now I am in the World War II room of the Gettysburg Museum of History. And on the American Artifact series, we have featured a lot of helmet art from World War II. So art that was applied to American M1 helmets and captured German helmets. But there are some other unique pieces of helmet art here that we haven't featured that you really aren't going to see anywhere else.
We have featured a lot of World War I and World War II helmets on the American Artifact series, but today we're going to feature some different kind of helmets. Most of the helmets we've featured before were for protection from projectiles, bullet damage or shrapnel damage. There were also helmets that were used in World War II to protect the wearer inside of a tank. And we briefly featured one on a short video, I believe it was, and this is the German version. Basically, it's a Panzer beret with a cloth top over a rubber helmet, and it's basically just a bumper to keep you from bumping your head inside of a tank. So it's made out of rubber. It won't protect you from any projectile, but it'll keep you from bumping around in a tank. Now, I've been fortunate enough to ride in World War II tanks. They're very enclosed and they're very bumpy, especially over certain terrain. And it's very easy to bump your head in that small area. But these were quickly discarded by the Germans. They were really only in the very beginning of the war because the Germans used external radios, headsets, that would go over, and they tended to fall off. So the Germans didn't really like this, and most photos that you see of Germans, especially after, say, 1941 or so, will have just a regular overseas hat. The World War II American tanker helmets were a little bit different. They were modeled after football helmets at the time. And there was basically just some padding and plastic. Now, this will not stop a projectile, but it will protect your head somewhat from being banged around in a tank. And most of the ones that you see look something like this. It has a spot to put the radios in. This one doesn't have it in. We'll get to one of those later. And it has this device to raise your goggles and there's straps to put goggles on. But basically, it's just to protect your head from getting banged around inside of a tank. And like I said, there's a lot of these in the collector's market. A bunch were found about 25 or 30 years ago in a surplus situation. They found boxes of them. So you can sometimes even find these in almost mint condition. So they are around, but we're going to take you to a couple rare versions right now.
Now here's the tanker helmet that Eric was just showing. And after getting a good look at it, I'm wondering, with as many times as I bump my head on these dang videos, if I should maybe trade in my ball cap for one of these. Now, in past videos, we've showed a lot of artwork on the US M1 helmets and captured German helmets. Well, the art on helmets extended to the men in the tanks as well. So if you take a look at this, now these are pretty dang rare. You see where this particular soldier decided to decorate his helmet. I'm assuming his name was Rod. And then here you can see where he's got this tank with a lightning bolt going through it that has been painted on there. So yeah, even these helmets have some really unique customizations to them.
I want to direct your attention to this painted tanker helmet. It's done in kind of like trophy helmets were done. It has some names on it and some locations and some stars and other additives. And in the front it has the tank core symbol, and it also has the letters on there which stands for Armored Force Replacement Tank Training Center. So this is a really unusual one. I've never seen one with so much decoration on it, but pretty interesting for sure. And I'm going to bring us over to this one. This one again has some really interesting artwork on it. It has a skull and crossbone, and I assume that's an F, and it might have been for his tank company. And it has the radios still in it, so the listening, or the radio piece is in there, and then this is the jack for the radio, and it has the goggles on it. And again, I've been around this for a long time. I haven't seen too many painted tanker helmets. The trophy helmets are a little more common, but I've only ever seen a handful besides these. I mean, these are extremely rare, and they're very interesting. So we wanted to feature this and show you something that you don't normally see.